What's up, my YouTube fam? Welcome to Sandy B for real. So if you're here looking at me, thank you for joining me. This is Sandy B for real, and today we are doing the 30-minute northern beans. And people want to know, how do you do 30-minute northern beans? Well, if you like me, you don't have a lot of time in a day. I work 11 hours a day. I'm gone for like 13 hours out of the day. And when I get home, it's 6 o'clock, maybe. And I don't feel like doing a whole bunch of stuff, to make sure that my family gets a good meal. But every once in a while, they'll ask for certain things, and I just have to find out a way to kind of make things work for me. So I do cook regular northern beans in the crock pot, but I don't like to cook things while I'm not at home. I don't like to leave things running while I'm not at home. So the quickest way I found to do the northern beans is to pick up the Randall's Great Northern Beans, and they're in a jar. They sell them at Kroger's, and they also sell them at Save-A-Lot. So it saves me a lot of times, because beans take a minute to cook. So I've started using these, and I've been using them for quite a while, for a number of years now. But to me, if you want, your beans during the week or whatever, you can pick those up, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. So it takes out, it takes a lot of time away that you're not using as far as cook time, because this is a 30-minute meal, really. Okay, so I'm going to tell you exactly what we're using, and I'm going to give you the ingredients. We're using the northern beans, and I'm actually making 2 separate pots because I don't eat pork, but my family, they eat pork. So we're going to use ground beef or ground turkey. We're using bell pepper, beef sausage, onion, and this was left over from where my son smoked a pork shoulder on the grill. So this is left over, right? So that's going into their beans and not mine. So what I want to do is I'm going to open up these beans first. And I always give it a good bang because it's easier to kind of, get that top loose. And you do have to kind of shake them a little bit to get them out. And I don't throw my jar away just yet. I'm going to empty both of these, and then I'm going to show you what I do. Okay, that was just my oven because I have cornbread in the oven. So now that I have the beans emptied into the pot, I'm going to take and put a little water in here, because you want to add some water because they really don't come in that much liquid, right? And you can use your discretion. Over here, I don't measure anything. So anything you really see me cook, I haven't measured anything for it. It's just knowing how to do it after, after some time. I know exactly how much to put into things. So because these are their beans, I'm going to take and I'm going to put this right on in there. We're going to give that a stir. Mix it up real good. Then we're going to put in here, we're going to take and put the onions and the rest of the ingredients in there. But you're going to see me putting it in both pots. And you cut your onion up however you want to cut it up. You like them small, do them small. You like them big, do them big. It doesn't matter. However, it's just your preference. Okay, and we're gonna put these. We're just dumping all of our ingredients in here. And as you can see, the Perfecto seasoning is the only seasoning that I'm using. This is the bell pepper going in. And then we have the ground beef or ground turkey. So I'm gonna stir these up a little bit, just so I can be able to get everything in here. And I have my heat on like medium high. And I always fold my food inward to keep it from going, you know, out of the pot and everywhere. And I usually use my taller pot, but that's okay. We just have to put this ground beef in. Because you know that juice, some of that water, it will cook down as you're cooking it. It'll cook down, so you don't really have to worry about that. And everything I put in the big pot, I'm putting in a little pot, and this little pot is for myself, right? And that's because they have the pork shoulder in theirs, right? And then I'll add the rest of that once I get this all stirred in. And then you'll see my last ingredient, and I always add it last. Always. I always add it last. And I use the, of course, the onion and the bell pepper for flavor. Some people, I know some people just don't like onion. They really don't. So it's not something that you have to use. This is just what I do. And whatever I do, I tell anybody, put your own spin on it. I've learned things from people, and I just put my own spin on it. So of course, when I cook this, it's very seldom that I actually cook anything, any meat with it, because there's so much meat in these beans. I usually don't cook meat with it. But like I said, it's up to you what you want to do. If I cook any meat with it, it'll be, yeah, my hands are clean. But if I cook any meat with it, it'll be like, sometimes I might fry some chicken or something on the side. Not that often though, because like I said, these beans got so much meat in it. And it's gonna cook down. That water is gonna cook down, but you don't want it to be just running over and all over the place. And for me, I'm wiping most of the time, wiping the stove down as I'm cooking, because it is a smooth surface stove, and anybody knows these jokers are hard to get clean, to keep clean. Once you burn something over on them, it's a wrap. I mean, it's like, good Lord, You never really can get it off or get it all the way back to where it is, and you get too much of a buildup on your stove. I guess the heating element will go out. So I add my perfecto. This is perfecto seasoning. I love this. I get this from Save a Lot, and it is really, really a really good season. As y'all can tell, I love perfecto. But I love perfecto seasoning. So I always try to pick up, you know, 1 or 2 when I'm in the store to make sure. Because y'all know how Save a Lot is. You find something in there that you like, and when you go back, they won't have it anymore. So I always try to pick up a couple of them at a time. So that way, you know, if I run out, I can find other stuff. And we like to try different seasonings over here. We just do. We are seasoning type people. We love to do different seasonings. For real. So being that we have that in there, and like I said, it's one last thing, and I'm sure y'all see it sitting over here that I put in there, and I put it in very last. And with these beans right here, I'm actually gonna have to let these cook down for a little bit. Maybe about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes or so at the most, to let some of the juice cook off. And once I let these cook down, see, and that's why I usually have my rag. So if I drop anything on here, I go ahead and get it off, you know. But I try to stir from the bottom up so that way I'm getting kind of like everything evenly distributed throughout. As far as the beans and the meat and everything, I try to make sure I get it mixed up pretty good, and that way the seasoning gets off in there pretty good too. So I'm gonna cook this down. I'm gonna turn this bad guy down because that pot is so small. But I can go ahead and show y'all what I do. This is just picante salsa. So I take and I get salsa. It doesn't matter what kind you get. I mean, if you have a particular type that you like, get whatever you like. I'm not real picky about it. But this right here brings most of the flavor. It really does. And you add, of course, to your liking. It's just to your liking. Right? So I just added a little bit. And these are my personal, this is my personal pot in the back. And you're like, well, why do you have to cut up the bell pepper and the onion if you're getting the salsa? Well, to me, the fresh onions and the fresh bell pepper, it brings so much flavor. So much flavor. And this tastes so different. So that's why I personally do it. But like I said, you can do this however you would like. Just however you would like. And I love bell pepper and onion. I love onion, period. This is one of them pots, y'all. You have to stir. Make sure you stirring all the way to the bottom. It's a good little pot. I usually just fix my tea in it. But yeah. So we're going to take a break, and when I come back, then we'll be adding the rest of the ground beef or ground turkey, and then we'll be adding the rest of the salsa in. So we're gonna let that cook down for maybe, like I said, 10, maybe 15 minutes, and then we're gonna add our salsa and the rest of our ground beef in. So I may have to change the pot out, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to hopefully see you all in a second. So we're back. Now, as you can see, I had to change pots. It was just way too much. And I usually cook it in this pot too, but I hate this pot. So yeah, because this pot to me seems like it's a thinner pot, and I have to constantly be stirring this in this pot, just because it's thin. So we switched it out, and we added the rest of the ground beef we had today. Not ground turkey, we had ground beef today, but you can use ground turkey or whatever other kind of meat you would like to use. Yeah, I'm telling you, it looks so good. And then, like I said, the last thing we're adding is our salsa. So, and this is to your liking, how much ever you want to use. With that being a big pot, and like I said, I had already added it to the little pot that I had going back here. And we're just gonna stir that and mix it up really well. But with this, I find people say their kids won't eat beans. I don't have a problem with my kids eating beans. They ask for these beans, you know, so I think that's all good and well, you know, but it's all about what they're used to eating too. You know, my kids grew up eating beans and liver and onions and stuff like that, so you know, for them it's no big thing. And I'm gonna add a little bit more, so we'll have probably just a little bit left in here when I'm done. And it's all about to your liking. Whatever you like, I love it. Change it. If you tried this recipe, leave me a comment and let me know that you tried this recipe and how you did yours. If you did it just like I did it, or if you did something different, you used something different, let me know. But if you've never used the Great Northern beans before, and it's your first time trying those, let me know how it worked out for you, because it works out really well for me. You know, there was once this guy told me, I work with him, and we had a pitch-in. We would always have pitch-ins. So there were very few ladies. There were about maybe 4 of us, and all the rest were men. But out of the men, there was maybe only 1 that cooked. And when we had pitch-ins, so a lot of it fell back on me, the guy that I work with, and there was one other lady. She was an older lady. She would bring, you know, whatever she wanted to fix or whatever, but the bulk of it fell back on us. And he would tell me, I don't go to Save a Lot, and I don't go to Aldi. I don't buy their stuff is generic, it's cheap, it's this, it's that, and it just don't taste good. So I'm like, well, you like the stuff I cook? He's like, yeah, your stuff be good. Well, it's all about your seasoning and how you fix stuff, how you cook it. I don't think it's so much as where you got it from. It's all about the way you prepare it, how you fix it up. You have to hook some stuff up, give it a little kick. You know what I'm saying? Make it to where you like it. But he was like, he felt like the canned goods were cheap. He was like, they just taste different. And I'm like, how do they taste different? They just do. I said, well, that's, you know, Save-A-Lot or all the canned goods and stuff you eat. When I bring it in here, I just put a little spin on it. I put a little spin on it. And you eat it and you talk about how good it is. But I put a spin on it because everything that you get, like, as far as if you're getting canned goods and stuff, to me, you have to doctor it up and dress it up in order for it to be good. That's just my opinion. You know, it's not like fresh foods. A lot of times we don't have time to make a lot of stuff fresh. We don't. You know, unless it's like your day off or something like that, you just don't have time to make stuff fresh. You don't have time to be snapping the beans and, you know, shelling the peas and whatever else you're going to do. You just don't have time to do it. So, to keep from, you know, spending so much time preparing or prepping your food and whatever, you just buy the canned goods or buy the frozen stuff. That's what we do. A lot of us do that. Some people don't. They eat all organic food and what have you, and God bless you. If you got time, you know how to hook and doctor and fix it up. And but me, I mean, if you know, we have greens and stuff like that where you have to pick your greens, wash them and all that, but you know, as far as just having fresh stuff all the time, we don't. We just don't. I don't have time. My husband doesn't have time. He works as much as I do. So we're always looking for, you know, a way to cut our time in the kitchen. Because we want meals, we want good meals, but we don't want to have to spend forever prepping the food only to then turn around and have to cook the food for hours. You know? So, like I said, these are, oh, you don't let a fly in, Trayvon. That back door closed. So, yeah, these are like 30-minute things, really. This boy got the refrigerator open and everything. He come in here. Chef Boy R. Diddy done left the garage door open to fly in the house now. Anybody else kids do that? Look, just hit the camera. Anybody else kids do that? He over here making, what you making, Trayvon? He over here making beef jerky. So he went and got himself some lean beef, and now he's going to marinate it overnight. He's gonna marinate it overnight, and he has this machine he ordered off of Amazon where it's supposed to dehydrate it or whatever.
Yep.
Dehydrate it. But he said 24 hours. I don't know how the machine is going to make him dehydrate that for 24 hours, but I guess. I just thought it would be a quicker process. Maybe so. But I just thought it would be a quicker process with this machine he done got. This, what is it? Let me see. This is the machine he got to do the beef jerky with. So, we gonna see how that turned out. I don't know. This your first time making it?
Yep.
This is his first time making it. He's in school and he's doing culinary arts. So, he wants to be a chef, right? So, he comes home with a lot of different ideas. You know. And you can try them. I don't care about you trying them. Some things. Some things. I'd be like,
what's that one idea I told you about? What was it?
Idea you told me of that?
Well, I put was it coleslaw or something like that? It was something like I told y'all to do. It was funny as heck.
What coleslaw and what?
No, y'all judged me about something that I did before. Oh, mac and cheese.
What about mac and cheese?
I use bechamel to make the sauce.
Use what to make what?
I start with bechamel to have that creamy texture, and then I add other cheeses to give it that cheese.
Okay, yeah, you sound like a whole.
No, and you said, then I tell y'all the way how to make bechamel. Y'all looked at me like I was goofy. It's made out of milk.
I don't even know.
Reduced milk,
nutmeg,
and onion.
Yeah, it sounds like it might have been a mess, though.
One of them is one of the mother sauces.
Okay, I don't know if y'all can see this. We just got some good old cornbread we took out the oven. I'll turn it off because it gets a little warm up in here. My kids always hollering about this cold. This boy got on the whole hood. He got the hood on his head and everything. They always hollering about this cold, and I be up in here burning up. You see, I'm looking a little oily. Yeah, I be in here burning up.
It is cold.
Yeah, so you have to, this pot, you have to stir a lot. Yeah, I need y'all to subscribe and to like this video so your girl can keep making videos, and maybe I can get around to, you know, get me a whole new kitchen, some new pots and pans and stuff. But that is my goal. I want a whole new kitchen. I really do. My kitchen, we bought our house 2 years ago. So my kitchen is like really, really dated. So I would like to update my kitchen. So y'all help your girl out. Y'all like and subscribe to my channel. So I can keep these videos coming. Y'all like and subscribe, I can definitely keep the videos coming. We're gonna have other things other than just cooking. This is a lifestyle channel, so there'll be a lot of other things besides cooking. So we'll be doing cooking. I also recently got into art, so we'll be doing art. I do makeup, hair. I do different things, and I've figured out since I become older to kind of try to tap into more things, experience more things, find out what I really like, what I like to do, what kind of centers me, brings me peace, something that can keep me focused. So I've been trying out a lot of things, and sometimes you can try stuff and it may not be for you. You know, try something else. So you try and try and try until you find something that you like. But I like a lot of things. I craft. I do a lot of things. And I'm moving stuff around. Now I have a room in the back of the house where I think I'm going to turn into my my special room, yeah. With these beans are really, they're done. They really are. Promise you, they're done. They're already done. And then I got my iced tea. I got my cornbread. I have to rinse that spoon off, y'all, because show y'all. Because they're fully cooked already, right? So when you are fixing these, basically you're warming them. But I like to cook mine for at least like a half an hour. And I think a half an hour is more than enough time to warm those beans and cook everything else through in the only thing, you know, gives your veggies time to soften up. And I don't know if y'all can see it. Can y'all see? Yeah, buddy. I have a lot of little quick meals that I do, and you know, you come up, you get creative when you sometimes when you don't have a lot of time, or sometimes you don't have a lot of resources and things. For a long time, I had a lot of kids in the house at one time. And I just knew how to put things together to make things stretch. And you do, you make things stretch. So, you know, and I learned how to fix things so that I could get all the kids to eat it. So that's been my biggest thing, I guess, with the whole cooking journey. Because until I was 25, I don't think I could probably boil water. And I ended up meeting my daughter's godmother. She's passed on now. But she was from Tennessee, so she taught me a lot of things. Y'all, she used to sell dinners on Sunday and bootleg. We ain't gonna talk about that though. But she used to sell dinners on Sunday, so I used to go over there with her on Sundays because she was a bigger lady, and I did a lot of the moving around and leg work for her. So she taught me so much as far as when it comes to cooking. She taught me so much. How to make so many things from scratch, you know. And like I said before, then I don't even think I knew how to boil water. My first daughter was a McDonald's baby. What you want to eat today? McDonald's? Okay, that's on my alley. Let's see when I got to that second one, which was, they're 6 years apart. It was like, we can't do McDonald's every day. Gotta learn how to do a little something. So I did. I learned how to cook. And for me, I learned about different seasonings, different spices. She taught me a whole lot. She taught me how to do a whole lot of things from scratch. She did. So now that I'm working so much, I don't get to do a whole lot of things from scratch unless it's like a holiday or a weekend or something like that when I'm off. Then I can take that time and, you know, kind of do a little extra for my family. But most of the time, we doing quick meals. Quick meals, you know. And they don't complain because you know, like I said, everybody puts their spin on whatever they do, and I make it so that they like it. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. You see we got the cornbread there. We got the beans. And honestly, these turn out so good, y'all. You don't even need the cornbread, I promise. I had to blow them. Y'all seen them come out that pot? I thought I heard somebody say something. But if y'all like that quick meal, like and subscribe, please, so I can continue to do this. My goal is to get enough people to like and subscribe as to where eventually within time I can get some new kitchen stuff. That's all I want to do. Get some new kitchen stuff. So if you would like, subscribe, and y'all come back and join me again. I'll be doing something else. I don't know, cooking something, doing some hair. I don't know, beating up one of my kids, maybe. I don't know. Just however I feel that day. But thank y'all for joining me. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.